Hello everyone and welcome back to another build and review video. I'm so glad that we have so many awesome people that are, loyal to the channel. And so one of our very few but common commenters wanted me to build this next. So I said, heck, why not? Why not? So we're going to be building the Lotus Evija Speed Champion Lego set. And we're going to review that. This is the back of the box as well. Very nice little pictures, by the way. I like this picture of the actual car. So let's start popping this sucker open. First, as always, oh boy. So many stickers. Camera will focus here. There we go. So many stickers. I am not looking forward to doing that, but it is what it is. Here's our car base. Here's bag number 1. This is bag number 2. We can set this to the side for now. And that's our instruction manual. Okay. First things first, of course, we're going to assemble our little guy here. Got his torso, his head. Here's his little legs. First, we have some optional hair here. Visor and his helmet. There we are. And there we have him, nice and assembled. Something I will say is like the reason why I complained about Lego in the stickers is like they can definitely show that they can do all the sticker work for you, they can do all this paint work, but no, they gotta give you a ginormous thing of stickers that if you don't put them on there, it won't look right. Pardon me when I have some Coke. Got some soda so my throat doesn't get dry. So, let's start building, and I'll just sit here and chat while I'm doing this. Interesting thing that happened earlier this week. So I got an interesting email in my spam folder. This company was... Apparently this person was messing... that they represented a company that has a what they call the secure VPN. They wanted me to review it. Now, one, I'm not a tech company, so tech reviewer, so I'm not really gonna review tech, but something that struck me a little odd about this is a person started out with a religious diatribe. Now, I don't mind people having their belief systems, that's not a problem. But usually when you're emailing someone for a business, you're not gonna start telling them about your religious beliefs. And it's normally not the first thing that comes out your mouth. Unless you're talking to somebody who is either part of a religious organization or is somebody that you know to be very religious, which something that also kind of hit me off that this was not a person I really wanted to do business with, or it just seemed a little off to me, is the way that they started it was, "Greetings team," as in literally tripped me to the point of like, yeah, this person has never watched any of my videos. Generally, the first thing you want to do is, especially if you want to talk to somebody about doing business, you want to kind of call them by their name, or call them by the name of their business, not just, "Dear team." Okay. Neat. Not even a personal letter. Got it. But, dear team, by the grace of God, I've been able to just run this company. We're starting to grow really big. We would like you to review our secure VPN app. It's like, couple problems there. One, I don't know what exactly a VPN has anything to do with any form of worship. And two, part of the reason why that triggers me a lot is my mother was the kind that started trying to do a lot of her business stuff, and she actually got scammed by somebody who was being very much interesting in the point of like, "Oh, thank you, God bless you, God bless you, God bless you." Usually, something I learned from that, and something my mother actually taught me from that, is that normally the first thing when they're starting to try and say that kind of stuff is that they're trying to scam you, pretty much. So that's what really triggered me on that point, is like, well, okay then. Because she actually did get caught in that scam. Costed her and my dad a lot of money. So, it's one of those things that, yeah, you want to trust people, you want to hope that it's a genuine business opportunity, but when they start talking about stuff like that, that should be red flag number one, right? Unless it's a religious organization, like, okay, that makes sense, Although I'd be questioning why a religious organization wants to do business with me. Especially a Christian one, right? I am a pagan. That would be a very weird and awkward call. Let me get this straight. You want a pagan, and what you would call an idol worshiper, to promote your religion, your Jeebus stuff. Excuse me? Don't get me wrong, I could do it. That's the sad part, is of being raised as a Jehovah's Witness, is like, yeah, I could do it. I was technically raised to be pretty much like a priest or a minister. Still kind of am, as different gods. But, That would be a little weird, honestly. Another thing is, like, he's like, well, okay, well, it could be legit, so I decided to do some digging. So it's not like I just wrote them off and said, oh, this is automatically a scam, whatever. It's like, okay, let me do a little bit of digging, see who these people are, see if this is actually a legit company. They do have a legitimate website, but one of the things that kind of got my attention was that it started with an IO or TO domain name, and the address in the email is for New York in the United States. Now, most US-based websites have a domain in the .com section. Okay? So, the second that I start seeing TO, which predominantly usually denotes Russian, something like that, I immediately go, okay, yeah, there's something sketchy here. And don't get me wrong, I don't have anything against Russian businesses trying to contact me or anything. But, that just seems a little out of place there. It'd be one thing if it says, you know, hey, address in Moscow, right? In friggin' Moscow or such and such places in Russia. But if you're trying to say that you're in the middle of Main Street, New York, that your headquarters is in New York, I'm gonna be looking at that going, something doesn't sound right here. Just saying. One of these things doesn't belong here. Meow. Meow. Hi, Bubba. Aw, are you looking for loves? I'm probably looking for loves. Another thing that started making me go, okay, I definitely don't trust this, is when I actually went through Scam Advisor and a couple other sites, although they did say that the site was actually valid, there was nothing on Scam Advisor saying that there was a potential scam, except for the fact that, you know, they're hiding who owns the company via such and such payment method, so on and so forth. So I decided to check where their server was from, right? Like, because if the server is like, okay, it's coming from the same address, that makes sense. Alright, then a little bit more to the point of, you know, this is valid, right? Do you know where their server is supposed to be? Their server is supposed to be in the middle of a Singaporean national park. Now, I don't know about you guys, but the second that I see something that says, oh yeah, our main server for our business is in a national park, I'm gonna be like, scam it is then, okay. I don't want nothing to do with that. Of course, I didn't, you know, call them out and say they were scammers. I do the professional thing, okay? In fact, I politely declined. Okay, I was like, sorry, you know, I'm not a tech review channel. I don't think I can assist you in this matter. trying to do the diplomatic, polite approach. Which, I mean, if you're trying to run a business, let's say you want to do a YouTube channel, okay? And you want it to become like your professional thing, that's what you should have, is that professionalized approach of going, of saying, I'm sorry, you know, I may not be able to assist you with this. Be polite. Be professional. Have a plan to kill everyone you meet. No, I'm kidding. This is not Sniper from TF2. But that is a good point. It's like you should always be polite. You should always be courteous with people, even with people that you don't seem to be, you know, or that you suspect might be trying to scam you or trying to scam people. Be polite with them to a point, because you never know, they might actually be legit, right? It's like, even after all of that, they may be, well, legit. So you still want to be professional about it. You want to be respectable. You don't want to be a turd. And who knows? Even if they are, who knows? You know, if they are legitimate, by treating them with respect, and by treating them, even if you yourself may think that there's something wrong with that picture, you might actually get them to say, hey, you know, he wasn't able to help us, but if you're looking for someone who does Lego reviews, or you're looking for somebody who does games, stuff and like that, this, you know, this individual is a great person to recommend. And something I definitely want to point out is that word of mouth, especially for a business of any kind, is very, 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 very important. Word of mouth can make or break your business. Okay, whether it's about the quality of your products, whether it's about, you know, how you treat your partners in business, so on and so forth, that can be really important. In fact, that reminds me of a company that actually gave us a game a while back. It was a public relations company, and strangely enough, the game that we got was Paranoia's Happiness is Mandatory. And this is well before I was a major channel. Wow. It's okay, kitty. Daddy's not upset. He's just being loud. He's trying to be loud so everyone can hear him. Kitty is still good kitty. Making sure I didn't miss anything. It's always good to go back through and take a look at these, make sure you're not missing any steps. Yeah. Like we're good. But, you know, you want to be... Plus, especially something about that, too, is if you're wanting to do this full-time, okay? You have to be... If your goal is to eventually be a full-time YouTuber, you really can't come into this thinking like a hobbyist. And I know there's a lot of YouTubers that would probably have a fit if I said that. If they heard me saying that, it's like, how dare you? It was like, yeah, it's not 2009 anymore, fellas. I hate to say it, but it's not 2009 anymore. If you really want to do this for a living, you have to go in with it as this mentality of, this is my business. I have to protect my business to the best of my ability. You know, within reason, of course. Now, when I say that, of course, you know, I don't encourage being a turd. In fact, if anything, believe it or not, it's actually overall far better for your business to not be a jerk. Turns out people tend to like you better. Which is intrinsic to any business. You want your potential customers to like you. You want your business partners to like you. You want people to have a good opinion of you and your company. If people don't like you, especially if you've, you know, given them reason not to like you, you're gonna have issues, especially down the road. Because you want your customers to like you, you want your partners to like you. If they don't, you're looking at a lot of problems. And there are a lot of companies right now that are facing exactly that issue. The thing that I think a lot of people tend to forget, especially in the modern age, weirdly enough, is that when you're talking about business, you have to come in with the idea that you're trying to actually convince people to do what you want. And people are more likely to do what you want, and they're not mad at you. And you haven't given them a reason to be mad at you. A nice little backsack. One of the key things that I definitely explain and talk about too in that same regard, though, is you really do want to be honest about how you do business, right? None of the shifty, shady garbage that you see a lot. You want to be honest about how you do business. In fact, I mean, it's not just a matter of just the best practice in general. It's a matter of just legality, too. So, for example, let's say a car dealership sells you a car, right? If the dealership knows that there's something wrong with that car, and they sell it to you, and they don't tell you what's wrong with the car, they don't tell you about anything to deal with it, like any damages it's been through, any problems that it has, and it causes you to either like damage your house because the brakes go out, or heaven forbid, there's something wrong with the starter system and the car catches on fire and lights your entire garage on flame. Well, if, for example, the dealership knew about that and didn't replace the starter to begin with, or notify you, hey, this is something you need to be cautious about, this kind of vehicle, we'll take care of it. But, you know, if you know anybody, let them know, hey, there's a recall on this part. Come in, get it fixed. Now, I will note, however, that this even extends to the manufacturer. For example, if the manufacturer is aware there's a problem with the part, and they don't issue a recall, they don't issue any kind of, hey, yo, this thing's, you know, prone to bursting in flame. Believe it or not only does that dealership, if it's the dealership's fault for not letting you know, but if it's the manufacturer's fault, either side has to actually reimburse you for the damages done to your home. In fact, depending on the severity of the case, they actually have to not just reimburse you, but they actually have to replace the vehicle and anything else that got damaged, including paying for any repair costs of your home or anything like that. Which is why I will always say it's always a better policy to, you know, just in general, to be honest with your clientele, to be honest with your partners and all that stuff. And it kind of also works generally just in terms of, you know, for example, if you market something as working a certain way and it doesn't actually work that way, and it causes someone to make a financial decision based on it. Let's say you run a website, right? Well, if you say, well, this website is the best place to build your online business, it's your best thing, you can build it if you're really good at what you do, and we stay out of it for the most part, so you don't have to worry about that. All you have to do is make great content for your creators. And yes, I'm pretty much using YouTube here. But if it turns out, or it comes out, that that's not how your platform or your website works at all, and there's good reasonable evidence to show that you're making false claims in regards to what your website does, you can actually be held accountable for any damages done to the individual. You could actually end up having to reimburse them for any expenditures generated because of that decision that was made, that you essentially led them into the false belief. Even worse, by the way, if it's intentional. For example, you know that there's something wrong with that. With your site, but you refuse to acknowledge it. And it gets even worse, too, if you actually accuse your customers of criminal actions, among other things. Which, by the way, that's actually something that, just as a business, you shouldn't be doing anyway. Like, you shouldn't be trying to accuse your partners or anybody really of any kind of serious crime unless you have legitimate evidence behind it. Like something that can actually hold up in court, kind of legitimate. Because otherwise you're just asking for trouble at that point. Now, I would also say, too, though, that, and I know this might sound a little weird, but people actually, if you want to start like a small business, or you want to, even become a manager or become somebody in a higher level of business, you should actually try to learn. You don't have to be a lawyer to do this, but you should actually try to learn just the basic laws and regulations that go around involve private businesses and public and the sort. Because one, you need to know what rights your employees have. You need to know what rights your contractors or anybody that does business with you has. You need to know the laws in terms of how you can treat them, what you can do with them, what you can say about them, so on and so forth. You want to know these things, because they can save you a lot of trouble later down the road. Which, by the way, there's also things like anti-competitive laws that you got to be careful too when you're running a business. Because one of the big mistakes I think a lot of people do make is they assume all these businesses are private companies that can do whatever they want. It's like, no, they can't. They actually can't. There are laws and regulations they have to follow too. They just prefer you're not familiar with them. Is it skeevy? Oh, heck yes. Which is why it's actually all too important that you do actually spend some time to actually get to know what these things are. At least the bare bone basics. Like, you don't have to be lawyer level studying it. Know what your employer can and cannot do. Know what your rights and freedoms are in regards to how your individual country's labor laws, things like that. These things are important to know. Because as much as, I hate to acknowledge it, there are plenty of companies out there. If you let them get away with it, they absolutely will try and take advantage of you. Make no mistake, they will do anything to get away with anything. Some of these corporations out here. Is it the smartest thing in the universe? No, not even remotely. Do they do it anyway? Abso-frickin-lutely. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how they want this thing in here. But yeah, it's important to know what your legal rights and protections are. Because like I said, there are definitely businesses and likes that will try their best to take advantage of you if you don't. Considering I was raised in a small business, like, that's why I don't trust companies as far as I can throw them. It's not to say that I won't do business with them, right? But I'm going to keep my eye on them to make sure that they're not out to try and bamboozle me in any way. Oh, that old lady from Monsters, Inc. I'm always watching. The companies absolutely hate it? Yes. Does it keep them on their toes and keep them honest? Absolutely. To be fair, if they really wanted people like me to just stop doing that, the best bet, honestly, would be just, you know, stop being shady. Stop being shady, little buggers. And you wouldn't have this problem. Netherlands' point of, you know, stop being shifty little buggers and we won't have issues. Oh, I was about to say, I think I'm missing a piece. Nope, it's my ADHD brain not paying attention. You go right there. You, my lovely, go right here. Again, why they couldn't just, you know, have these already done? I don't know. But I guess I can't complain too bad. Oh, hi, Moon Pie. How are you? Hello, yeah. Ah. Hello, yes, hi. Do you want ups? Do you want ups? Hi. I thought you want ups and then you run away. Kitty, 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 what is up with you? You're a very furry little gremlin, you know that? Completes the entire back half of the car. I think we got some lighting problem. There we go. That should help. And actually, that clear bit is actually really good. It's funny, is like YouTube is probably sitting there going, "Why won't he stop complaining?" Well, when you stop being shady, little buckers, I'll stop whining. That's kind of my response. Stop being shady, and I'll stop complaining. It's actually, again, I will say this, like, it's actually kind of surprising to me that they just haven't had a class action at them at this point. Because they literally blame content creators for everything and accuse us of anything from potential theft, fraud. Like, if you read some of their articles, meow, meow. For example, something's been going on the platform lately is where they'll say something called invalid traffic, where they'll sit there and go, oh, you know, we think that this traffic is invalid because we believe that it's either from a paid third party, or you're telling grandma to watch your videos over and over again while she's knitting, or any number of things, which basically, it actually kind of boils down to them straight up accusing you of fraud and theft. And even, which, the thing is, like, even if they don't take you to court for it, because they're straight up accusing you of it, you could actually hammer them for false accusations, for making false claims against you. Like, I don't know how the legal department just allows YouTube to just do this. And I'm not even a lawyer saying this. I will say this straight up. Like, I'm not even a lawyer saying this. I know this stuff because I grew up in a small business. I have studied business all of my life. So I kind of understand, and part of that is, you know, learning the different laws and regulations that revolve around what you do. Because you want to do that. You want to make sure that you, again, understand everything involved. Meow. Something's making Kitty go meow. Huh? But you want to understand how things work. That is actually very imperative, because you need to, again, like I've said before, you need to know very much so what you can and cannot legally do. Although, a lot of the times I see and I notice that like these corporations will do this extra kind of shady stuff. It very much clearly violates anything from antitrust laws to any number of things. And then get surprised Pikachu face when suddenly someone takes him to court for it. It's like, what did you expect? Really? You know? And of course some people are like, well, aren't you afraid they could take you to court for saying this stuff? It's like, well, yes and no, they could take me to court, but they wouldn't be able to get anything out of it. I don't have any assets for them to basically take from me in the first place, so look, it's like a big waste of their time and money. But also keep in mind I said if being the big thing, right? Because you can argue that that's technically speculation. You're not outright accusing them. Although, technically speaking, I mean, if they started coming after you like that, you could probably sit there and say, hey, you know, you're taking me to court because I said this, but at the same time, you're accusing me of this, and this. Meow. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Oh. Meow. The Foofies. Meow. Everybody's cat lord. Go cat. Meow. Everybody's teeth. And pawing at my leg for 30 minutes. Hi, you have something to say? He's like, I got something to say. I'm cute and fluffy and I want your attention, damn it. Pardon my language. Well, truth be told, there actually might be a point as to why I will probably eventually make Isaac and Friends an LLC. Because there's actually a lot of benefits that come from going into things as a business as opposed to going in as an individual. Mainly tax benefits. For example, weirdly enough, because I do pay for these cars out of my own pocket, if I wanted to, as an LLC, I could actually technically say that anything that I purchase for review is a business expense, and I could actually write that off on my taxes. Now, to some extent, there are individual state laws and stuff like that might have some differences there. Again, I'm not a lawyer, I'm just saying what I know in general. So I'm sure if there's anybody in LawTube who wants to correct me on that, you could do that. I don't mind. Wow. I think there was a time long ago, and time far away, like technically you could write almost anything off business expense wise for the first 5 years because they expect you to have all kinds of losses. Now, of course, I'm not telling you to evade your taxes. Please don't. Please pay the IRS what you owe them. I don't need the tax man coming after me anytime soon. Listen, even Joker knows not to mess with the IRS. You think I'm crazy enough to do it? Oh, thank you. I don't feel like being Al Capone anytime soon. Which, by the way, that's actually an interesting historical fact, too. Of all the things that Al Capone did, they got him on tax evasion. Not anything else. Not anything else he did in his entire criminal empire. Tax evasion. Dang. I don't know whether that should be sad or hilarious, but it is. To the point is like, Uncle Sam doesn't mind if you do anything else to at all, but you dang well better pay him his money. Wow. That key. Meow. Meow. these could all have been done out the box. But no, you want me to have to do it. Alright, whatever, Lego. Whatever floats your boat. And the thing is, like, I don't even know how they expect, like, 9-year-olds to be doing this very well. Like, I'm in my 30s and I have a hard time getting these on here correctly. I'd hate to imagine some poor 10, 11, 9-year-old trying to get this done accurately, with any kind of accuracy here. I thought I had rebuilt the set. No, I did not. I feel dumb. I did part of it. Anywho. If you're old enough to pay taxes, pay your taxes. You know? By the way, if you guys are curious about what I said about the Joker, it's actually part of the original Batman series animated. Which I will say, it is sad that Kevin Conroy is no longer with us. So rip Kevin Conroy. I have been looking at a Batman figure to do a build and review on. The Batmobile. I think that would be cool to do on the channel. I actually thought it was really cool and really touching of what Mark Hamill did when he actually heard about that too. Where he did a thing as the Joker, saying like, whoever it is, whoever takes your place, they're in for one hell of a ride. Kudos definitely to Mark Hamill. Good old Luke Skywalker. Not Jake Skywalker, who... Let's not even talk about that. God. hate what they did to his character. Like, I'm not even old enough to have seen the original 1970s Star Wars in theaters, but my parents had the OG special edition on VHS, then we had it on DVD. Like, I grew up watching Star Wars. I loved Star Wars. But then just watching it being just utterly well, I will say this. I liked Force Awakens because it was kind of cool, right? Yes, it was a rehash of the original, but it was a fun thing, you know? It was cool. It was amazing. And then they murdered it. They didn't need to, but they did. The funniest thing is, like, the directors apparently just couldn't figure out what they wanted to do with the franchise, which... The only thing I definitely didn't care for, I will say, is that because I grew up with Legends and stuff, like, Legends Han and Leia were awesome, you know? Leia being a senator, proving herself, being awesome, learning the Force, doing her kids learning the Force, Luke getting married and having kids himself, and basically everyone not only got their happy ending, but they also got to be awesome in the between then. So it kind of sucked to me personally when they basically turned, honestly, what I would call basically turning Leia and Han into failed parents. Like that is just bad. Not only that, but the whole point too is, like, one of the things Luke did was he actually created an all-new Jedi Order. And even so far as going and saying, hey, it's actually legitimate criticism to say that some of what the original Order did was absolutely wrong. Like, saying, like, yeah, the original Order kidnapping kids when they're wee babies from their parents and not allowing them to learn how to deal with their emotions properly and in a healthy manner helped contribute a lot to the problems that they were facing. You know? It also helped prevent a number of Jedi from turning to the dark side, surprisingly enough. You'd be amazed what therapy does. Honestly, I think that's really what a lot of fans didn't care for. Is like we got better Lukes and Leias from the Legends timeline, so it's kind of stings a little bit when you have the person who's supposed to be in charge say, "Oh, we didn't have anything to base it on," and we're all looking at her like, "Are you kidding me?" As we look at our very literally massive libraries of Star Wars books. Yeah, don't tell nerds who spent something akin to 40, 50 plus years. Oh, we didn't have anything to base our stuff on. Use me? Kitty's like, I'm cute. I was distracted with cuteness. Oh, well, hello there. Are you okay, Moon Pie? Moon Pie just tried to jump on top of me through the chair and found out that that did not work so well. You okay, baby? No. Yeah, he's sniffing at the garbage. He's okay. He's being a kitter-catter. I do like how they give you extra hubcaps. Like, just to show you guys, they give you this nifty little star one, and then they give us the normal one that they want you to use. So. we have it. Our Lotus Evija. Now, of course, I can't really say too much on the stickers other than I really wish they just put them on the bricks in the first place. Like, they can put this on the brick, they can do all of this, but the rest of this, you want me to sit there and stick it on there for you? Really? I mean, it's like I said, it's hard enough for me as an adult to do this. I can't imagine being a 9 or 11-year-old having to do all this sticker work. And it really wouldn't have taken that much more or made it that much more expensive, but it is what it is. Overall, for a Lego car, it's got decent health. It's pretty nice. We can even take a look at its size comparison between this and Nissan here. It's not too bad. Another supercar. I do like profile there, it's pretty nice. And of course, our last build and review, Dom's Charger. I do find it funny that the Charger sits up a lot higher. But, this is actually a fun little car. Of course, we can pop open the top. AAAU. Moonpie trying to get on the altar again is a kitty. Kitty, you know you're not supposed to be up there. Like, yeah, I'm a defiant cat. I need to get you some catnip. Make you take a nap. And go on a trip. There we go. And there's our little yellow man in his car. So, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next build and review. As far as this final verdict on this car, because of the sheer amount of sticker work that you have to put into this, the finished product looks fine. It looks really good. But again, the most of it is stickers. It's literally just a sheet of stickers. So, I mean, obviously, I got to ding a good bit of that. So, I'll give it a 3.5 out of 10, or 3.5 out of 5, sorry. 3.5 out of 5, not nearly as bad as 3.5 out of 10. Ooh. Ugh. Good thing I don't do with that. But, the stickers, I mean, look, I'm just gonna say, like, these are meant for, like, 9, 10-year-olds, okay? My sticker work here isn't the greatest. I can't imagine what it would look like if someone a lot younger than I was trying to make this. I do like that it rolls really easy. That's fun. But again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.